monster is pretty weak against magic damage. Okay, so here's the teams that we're going to be using. But really quickly, before I go ahead and go through the teams and the percentages that I got, I want to mention a couple things. First thing, I do have monster hunting gear. This gear you can get free to play via Guild Fest rewards. Alright. Next thing I want to mention is that all the heroes that I am going to be using are level 60 and gold grade, and they have all of the trophies in their slots. Okay. Last thing that I want to go ahead and quickly mention, my monster hunting research tree is fully maxed out. Okay. Reason I mention these things is so that you guys can understand how I get the damage that I actually get. Alright. Now, as you guys can see here, I saved a couple reports for the Noceros team, just testing out different combinations, trying to narrow down the best free-to-play team you can use on the level 2 Noceros monster. So, one of the teams that I used was a team that had a tank in the front. Now, having a tank might be necessary for higher level Noceros, but for the level 2, not really. Now, it did do a respectable amount of damage, 18.39%, which is not that bad. Alright, it really is not that bad. Now, keep in mind, these percentages can and will fluctuate probably no more or less than a percent. Okay, because it all depends on critical hits, both done by the monster or by your heroes. You know, it really is kind of random, right? The second team that I try to test out is a team that I've used with other monsters that have ended up giving better results, right? Now this is pretty much no tank, not full damage, but I did have a healer, which is Pixie, okay? Now this team did 19.26%. So this team did do better than having a tank and full damage, okay? Now, I think the reason why this one did better is because Pixie does buff magic attack. At least for a while. But the best team that I found that gave me consistent high results was a full damage team, which consists of Bomb and Goblin, Sage of Storms, Elementalist, Incinerator, and Snow Queen. This team gave me a whopping 20.19% damage on the first hit. Okay, and now the reason I use a first hit as kind of a benchmark is because this is just plain damage. There's no damage boost or damage increase. This is just a damage just outright. All right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the battle. Now, something to make note of: Sage of Storms gives a magic defense debuff, so I think the debuff was just enough to give this team the edge over having a dedicated healer. Alright, now let's just go ahead and watch the battle. Let's see what actually happened. So as you guys can see here, the Noceros just one by one just starts picking on, you know, a hero or something and just knocking them back. He does have an area of effect, sort of special ability that damages all of the heroes. But by the looks of it, I don't think that we're going to be in too much danger of having one of our heroes get knocked out, right? If you guys can see here, I don't think that there is a need to have a healer, because even with 2 seconds left, we still have all of our heroes up and alive. So I think overall, I think that is why this team kind of outperformed the team with a dedicated healer in Pixie. Alright. Now, this team may or may not work for you. Obviously you can always put in a Pixie if you need it, but I think this is the best free-to-play team to hunt the Noceros monster. And again, that is Bomb and Goblin, Sage of Storm, Elementalist, Incinerator, and Snow Queen. If you guys liked the video, if this video actually helped you, I would appreciate it if you can go ahead and like the video, and you know what, subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification. That way you guys don't miss out on my next Lords Mobile free-to-play video. Until next time, guys, see ya.